Hey Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you this spread in my Traveler's Notebook. This is a first Traveler's Notebook spread for me, and I'm excited to share it with you. We are doing an IG hop over on the SpiegelMom Scraps gals and I, and we are all there is a prize to be won, so be sure to check that out over on Instagram. So again, as I said, this is my first ever Traveler's Notebook spread. I've decided that I'm going to do another album this year, a mini album, and I'm going to do it in my Traveler's Notebook of elf antics. If you go to my blog, and I'll link you up above, I made a elf antics little teeny mini book probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I want to do that again this year because I'm hoping this will be the last year of this elf. So I started with day 14 yesterday, and I'm going to continue to work on this. I think this is easier for me to do than December Daily because the elf moves every day and there's a story that's related to the elf every day. There isn't always a Christmas story to me, which is what December Daily should be. And so I have decided that this will be my December story, and I'll still work on my December Daily, but I think this is kind of where I'm going to go with this and focus on this for this year. So I'm creating the base to my page, and I've used some Shimmerz products that I got from the SpiegelMom Scraps store. So first I used the packaging technique with Hermit the Frog Vibez. And that's that lighter, brighter neon green. And then on top of that, I used some Shimmerz. And so that's more of a, it's not in a spray bottle. So I picked it up with my watercolor brush, put it on the packaging, and then added water, and then smushed that again using the packaging technique. And the colors of this spread are based on a 3x8 insert that I made that you can download for free, and I'll link you up in the box down below, or you can get it from my blog. So the colors are green and black, and so I wanted to put a little bit of black in that mixed media, and just used Before Dawn, which is a brand new Shimmerz Vibez, and I just splatted that from the dispenser onto the page there, and all over my work mat. So having never done this before, this is a new dimension for me. I did manage to print all my pictures 3x2, so that's the free download that I put there. I knew that this was the middle of the book, and so I knew that I wanted to be able to share more than just the elf's antics and talk a little bit more about the whole elf thing in general, and so I wanted to write that on the back of this. So these trees are this is actually based on some wrapping paper that I have. I found a bunch of different trees to use, and so it looks very similar to the wrapping paper, and the wrapping paper has snowflakes scattered, small teeny tiny snowflakes scattered in amongst it in black. And so instead of the snowflakes, I wanted to use my sequins, and so I used sequins from SpiegelMom Scraps, and I used 2 collections because I wanted the black and the white, and then I wanted the green as well. So I mixed the green from the Happy Happy Winter collection, and I used the white and the black sequins from the Black Tie Event sequins mixes. And again, the SpiegelMom Scraps stuff that I used, you can find in the box down below. So I just arranged them. I used 3 of each, 3 white, 3 black, and 3 green, and sort of spread them throughout this insert. It's a 3x8 insert. I think it would look perfect in a December Daily too, like Allie puts those 3x8 inserts in, and you could put something fun on the back. Now, what you will not see in the video is I put the date, the numbers 14 on the page near the picture, and I actually moved them to that big tree on the right, top right there, because I thought it worked better there and added a little bit more black to this particular thing. I think it would be great in a December Daily. You could make it as a shaker pocket and put a bunch of snow in there, and then seal that up with your fuse. I was going to cut out the tree, one of those black trees that has the white in the middle. I was going to cut that out and actually create a clear acetate see-through. But I think I'm going to save that for my December daily, and I will actually end up using this twice. So again, that's just something I created based on something else, some wrapping paper, and it's a free download for you. So Merry Christmas, a present to you from me. So these houses I fussy cut ahead of time. They are from Pretty Little Studio, and I had some free gifts that came with my collection, and I actually ended up using a fair number of those things. So that green 4x3 card that's going to end up behind the picture is from them. The Joy and that's it, I think. So I have some washi. I have a green washi there, and then that's a little banner that's from a print and cut file from Coco Daisy, and I'm going to sort of create a header and a footer to that left hand side page, which is where I want to put my journaling, and then the picture is going to go on the right hand side. Originally I wanted these houses to go all the way across that left hand page, but it was too much. It was too bold, so I cut one of the houses off, and that gave me sort of some empty space, and it juxtaposed the washi down the bottom very nicely. So there is that green card that I referred to from Pretty Little Studio, and that is going to be the base to the green, complements the green in my 3x8 insert very nicely. And then I have some Noel washi, and that is going to be the top there because I needed a little bit more black, that heavy black, to go with the insert. And then I put a little bit of black pattern paper, and that's from Recollections, behind the photo. And then that extra little house that I cut off of that row of houses fit very nicely, sort of just tucked into the corner of that picture there. That says Joy. That is also from Pretty Little Studios. It was a free gift with my Black Friday purchase, and I wanted a little bit more black, something heavier in weight, so I found that washi, which is actually, so my wrapping paper colors this Christmas, I'm actually coordinated this Christmas, are green, black, and white with a hint of red, and so I found that washi tape collection at Target, and I liked the weight of that plaid that complements the colors that I'm using to complement the weight of that Noel up there. So the dollar spot at Target had these really awesome puffy stars, and I have 2 packages of those. So I used some of the green ones to complement the colors that I used. And so earlier I referenced that I had these numbers that I show you me sticking them here, but I do move them to that 3x8 insert over there. I was going to do some stamping, but the sentiments really didn't apply to what I've got. Plus, I've already got Noel and Joy on there, so I abandoned that idea. I used that washi from Target from the my wrapping paper stash, and that is what I'm going to use to insert this 3x8 insert into the center of my traveler's notebook. This is a first for me. I thought it was pretty bold of me to add another page. I wanted the house to have something, or the houses, the row of houses, to have something to nestle on. So I have this washi here with a little bit of gold to it, and it sort of just creates a foundation for them. And what you don't see me do, that extra bit that I ripped off, I'm going to put on the back side right there to help anchor that in and use that up. So I was going to stamp underneath the houses my title, but instead I decided to go with these letter stickers, again from Pretty Little Studio. The green complements perfectly, and I put in Toast House because that's what Henry has built, a toast house. And then my journaling, which I do off camera, just reads, Henry sure wasted some bread. That was in quotations, and that's what Mia says. Indeed, 6 pieces of bread, toasted and used to erect none other than a toast house. When there is no time to make gingerbread, apparently toast is a great substitute. And so that's the journaling underneath Toast House to go with that story there. And I knew I had these little stars, and I thought they would work perfectly just for a little pizzazz. And I do off camera then go in and journal on the back side of that 3x8 insert that I just showed you there. So these are the close-ups. This is my first ever Traveler's Notebook spread. If you have any suggestions for me, I'd love to hear them. Also, don't forget that you've got a free download for that 3x8 insert, and join us on the Instagram hop. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you are having a great Christmas season so far. Take care.